I work with mostly waterproof ink so that I can watercolor on top. And when you work with waterproof inks, there are several varieties of waterproof inks. There is document ink, there is pigment ink, and then there is India ink. This stuff, super rich, has shellac in it. Never use this on a fountain pen, ever. It will harden like a rock and it will just ruin your pen. Absolutely destroy it. I once destroyed a Mont Blanc using the wrong kind of ink. It gave me a nervous breakdown, so never do it again. This kind of ink, only to be used with a dip pen of this variety that you can dip in and get a nice result with. You have to wait a little while for it to dry, or it might be a little sticky and runny, or especially, I don't really want to carry a big bucket of ink with me everywhere I go in case someone bumps into my elbow and I end up with India ink all over everything, because it's permanent and it will ruin somebody's clothing. Possibly mine, but everything I own has ink on it anyway. For regular pens, for all other circumstances, I use various kinds of pigment ink, such as Sailor, Sabuku, or Subuku, or I use carbon black ink, which is not a bad ink, but I tend to find that the thing I use the most is a diatramentus ink, and you can get it in a document ink, which is a gray, which is really close to a black or black. And the nice thing about it is, even if you're just writing in a journal, you'll know that it's not going to fade for a century. Whereas some of these regular fountain pen inks, they do fade if it's in the light, and also if you happen to watercolor on the same page, a drop of water can land on your writing and just mess the whole thing up. Whereas with this, once you write something with this, it's solid. It's going to stay there and nothing's going to go wrong with it. About every 2 or 3 fills, you really should clean your pen out. Now, you could just run some water on it. You put it into a little jar of water and just rinse it by having the reservoir going up and down. But if that doesn't get you enough of a clean pen, what you can do then is you can take your pen apart. This is my Conklin Durograph. Remove the converter, and you can run it under a tap with a fair amount of warm water going through it, and then plunger it. This is available in pharmacies, and it is called a baby's ear syringe. Never use this on a baby's ear unless you want to burst their eardrum. I don't know why they call it a baby's ear syringe. Maybe it's really for taking goobers out of kids' noses, but they don't want to refer to that purpose. But you can take that and you put it inside there after you've run a bunch of water, put that inside your pen, and then you go squirt, 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 and it'll pump air through and extra water, and it will clean your pen out a little better. And then if that doesn't work, you take your nib and you put it inside something like this Kohinoor Rapido Ease or Rapidograph, and you put your pen nib in there and then use this to suck some of the Rapido Ease solvent into your pen to scrub it, and then run it under the tap again, and then your pen will work like a dream. If you have any questions, put them underneath in the comments section and I will try to reply.